Hello, this is Danny Raymond, the voice behind Ray's Guide. I've been reflecting more on my prior video about Starfield and the other videos that were made about this gameplay reveal, and about the comments that were quite common in both mine and those other analyses. And what I found was, in particular, there were comments along the lines of, "It will stink at launch, but the modders will fix it." And indeed, Bethesda has had a very unique relationship with its modders. In fact, if there is one community that Starfield is likely to steal from other space games and never return, it is the modders. The reason is partly the long reputation of Bethesda as being modder-friendly, but also that Bethesda's games are uniquely attractive to modders. This is because of two things. First, they are single-player or limited co-op multiplayer. That way, every mod does not have to be worried about being a cheat, because who would you be cheating? Most multiplayer games are competitive even when they are not PvP. For example, in Star Citizen, imagine a modder creating something very simple, a mining head that has more power than the Helix and more stability than the Lancet. That would be seen as a cheat not only by other miners, but also by all the non-miners who would feel that they were disadvantaged against miners. And mining in Star Citizen is about as PvE as anything can get. And second is, although they have a main storyline, it is presumed that your actions in the game are unstructured. So there is plenty of ability to wander around and discover the added content of the modders. The game is a canvas with a lot of unpainted areas that the modder can fill in. An indication of the strength of the modder community is that pretty much every Bethesda game has something called the Unofficial patch team that has taken on the role of providing a whole range of bug fix and user interface improvements. It makes one wonder if the Unofficial patch team isn't an unofficial business plan component for Bethesda. Use player volunteers to do their ongoing support work. They would never say it, but they might think it. And to be fair, all games rely on some volunteers, helpful forum and chat posters, guide players, etc., but not the serious coding the way that the Unofficial patch team does. They would never say it, but they might think it. Which brings me to one of the most repeated criticisms of the Starfield gameplay reveal and how they might be getting it completely wrong.
But over 100 systems, over 1,000 planets, all open for you to explore.
In general, the meta-story arc of computer games fit a number of archetypes. Kill Foozle the evil wizard, assemble the ancient artifact, rescue the princess, etc. It's pretty clear from the gameplay reveal that the structured storyline of Starfield is an assemble the artifact quest. Let's say at least at the start the artifact has 5 components and the gameplay for each component takes you to 2 different planets. So, 10 planets needed for the main story quest and 990 won't be needed for it. And taking their cue from other games that have had too many planets, such as No Man's Sky, the game most directly compared to Starfield, they conclude that those other 990 planets will be boring cookie-cutter rocks. A matter of simple economics, they state. But what if having those 99 other planets be boring cookie-cutter rocks is exactly their plan? What if that is exactly what they are planning, that those 990 are intentionally empty canvases, an opportunity for 990 modders or teams of modders to play Terraformer and adopt and convert one of those planets into the planet of their imaginings? And bear in mind that undoubtedly Bethesda will have to create, in order to build those 10 interesting planets and 990 boring ones, a tool called a planet editor. Those following other games, like Star Citizen, know well what a planet editor is and does. Will Bethesda make their creation engine-based planet editor available to modders in the customization tools for Starfield? Based on their history of strong modder support, I would say undoubtedly yes. So would somebody make a steampunk planet? Oh, don't be so limited. A clockpunk planet and a dieselpunk planet and a decopunk planet and a mid-century modernism planet. Or a planet that is barely recovering from a nuclear war in their history, like some other game I'm thinking about. Or a world populated by mythical fantasy creatures, like another game I'm thinking about. Perhaps by genetic engineering, or perhaps a still more experienced race created a world or world of preserves brought together by galactic collectors. All of these are common science fiction tropes. And a zombie planet. Gotta have a zombie planet, and maybe a vampire planet to go with it. Or an alternative history world like an Iron Sky world where Nazis won World War II, like Man in High Castle. Big science fiction themes. The list just goes on and on. Even tube punk. What's too punk? I don't know. It's a word I just made up now. But so could modders, but it would include a lot of these. Not only that, but mod makers even have an easy hook to make your experiencing their creation part of the game. If the game timeline the artifact requires, say, 5 pieces before, it would now need 6. And the 6th one is, well, the quest from the modder's planet. And then there is one other thing.
Truly, you have a dizzying intellect.
Wait till I get going!
There is the kinky side of Bethesda modder community. And let's be perfectly honest and admit that the kinky side of the modder community is substantial. So much so there are entire YouTube channels devoted simply to reviewing pornographic mods. But it's hard to describe such mods as inappropriate to the genre. Apart from countless direct porn parodies of popular science fiction, there is a pretty constant theme of salacious mainstream films, such as, say, Barbarella, or the various Star Trek episodes that were saved from network censors only by skimpy outfits and clever camera angles. So yes, expect salacious themed worlds. Lots of salaciously themed worlds.
You are fully functional, aren't you?
Of course, but
How fully?
in every way, of course.
Now, I know that Bethesda would never say they're expecting volunteer modders to do their job of making the game worlds interesting, but they might think it. Or maybe they did say it.
We can't wait to see what you find.
You see, the normal way of saying that would be, we can't wait for you to find it. To say, we can't wait to see what you find presumes that they don't know what we'll be finding. That the most interesting things of what we will be finding they aren't making. The problems of so many planets might not be that they are so alike, but that they are so crazily inconsistent, and that it is impossible to believe that they exist in the same universe. So you might say, don't install them, and of course that's right, but that means you are faced with a choice between 990 boring planets and 990 crazy retcon planets, which I admit still counts as a choice. But what I'm actually saying is that thanks to Bethesda's history with modders, the people predicting that Starfield will have a whole bunch of cookie-cutter boring planets may be astoundingly wrong. Now for an update on our dual Grow the Channel ship giveaways. First, we have the short-term giveaway of the Bar Citizen World Tour participation card, autographed by Chris and Sandy Roberts, that is running just for videos between June 15th and July 31st. And then we have the Big Ship giveaway. As of recording, we are 77% of the subscriber goal and 73% of the membership goal to give away to some lucky player their choice of the Anvil Liberator, that ship-shipping ship for shipping your ships, or the Misk Odyssey long-length look-ahead launcher lorry. 1 entry per video. Members, you're entered automatically, and if the winner is a member as of the publication date of the winning video and at the drawing time, they will win both the Liberator and the Odyssey. For non-members, just subscribe and comment with the secret word. And the secret word for this video is the steampunk genre that I just made up on the fly. Fly safe, keep it real, and I'll see you in the verse. This is Daniel Raymond for Ray's Guide.